So I've struggled with loneliness before in my life, quite a bit, especially when I was younger in my adulthood. And something I would do to try to combat that loneliness was to get in a relationship, was to find a girlfriend. Someone that I could spend time with, someone that I could be intimate with and feel connected to, that I would be with someone. And the thing that would bite me in the ass more than anything was after the lust would wear off, the honeymoon phase would wear off, I'd still feel lonely. And I would be with someone. And nothing is weirder and probably feels shittier than feeling lonely while you're with someone. That's when you know something is off. And I always thought to myself, well, now I gotta get out of this. But I would wait till I suffered in that moment. And at the end of the day, I was never really being authentic to what I truly wanted, and nor did I understand what loneliness really is and where it comes from. But then I started to feel less lonely. And I started to feel less lonely only when I started to develop a better relationship with myself. Now, I'm not saying as human beings that we don't need people in our life. You know, I think that it's important to have friends, to have some kind of support system in your life, to have somebody to just talk to have human interaction with. The person you spend every single waking second with, every day with, every month, every year, the person you are with from birth to death is you. You can't escape you. You're always with you. And when you don't have a good relationship with you, or when that relationship isn't where it should be, it's really easy to feel lonely. And that is exactly how I felt. And it's a good teacher. It's a good indicator that you might not be on the right path, that there might be something missing. There might be something that you're not doing right for yourself. With me, I just started doing things for me. I was so tired of being in toxic relationships that just not being in one felt good. So I got a lot of time to spend by myself. And to this day, I spend most of my time alone. And it's not that sometimes I don't feel lonely, or that I feel like, man, I want someone in my life. I want a girlfriend, I want a partner, I want whoever. But now when I do feel that way, I understand that I'm not doing something right, that my relationship, my connection to me is thrown off. And there can be a million reasons as to why that is, and a lot of them are very quick fixes, or at least they're things that you can recognize and realize a little bit easier than maybe the big lesson in the beginning. But I think a good challenge for anyone to do when they feel lonely, and if they feel this desire when they're lonely to find a partner, be very careful about what you're about to do. Most likely what you're about to do isn't done genuinely. And I know that this is hard sometimes, because what we're taught when we're lonely is go find someone to be with. Go be with someone. But it negates your relationship with you. It doesn't give you that opportunity to try to work on yourself. And I know it's not a black and white situation. You can work on yourself while being in a relationship. And it doesn't mean that you cannot do this or that. You have to follow these exact rules for whatever. But just be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of where you're at. Be mindful of how you feel. And then you might realize that you can feel okay being alone if you just bettered your relationship with yourself. You have to go down that path to figure out what is it that you like. For me, going out in nature and feeling connected. It might be doing art. It might be working out. It might be doing X, Y, and Z. There are a million things. Fill in the blank for yourself. But I know this. When you're not feeling good, you're vibrating in a certain frequency. And when this is a very prolonged, long-term type thing or feeling, whoever you meet is not going to save you. They're not going to fix you. They're not going to make you better. You can only do that for you. And when you're doing that for you, you'll meet someone who adds to your life, not someone who fills in these spots that you can't fill yourself. Anyway, that's my take on loneliness, at least my take for right now. If you like what you hear, if you're interested in any services, or you want to speak to me more about something, you can check out my website. My link is in the bio. It tells you about who I am, about what I do, about the services that I provide for people, and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time.